At some point after a breakup, a shift happens. It's no longer just I miss them and I want to get back together with them at all costs. And it becomes the realization of who am I without this person? What does my life actually look like without them? And everything feels unfamiliar. Most of the individuals that I've worked with over the last 10 years simply don't know who they are outside of the relationship. And that is precisely what I call the breakup identity crisis. It is a real phenomena that, when understood, can really help you to make rapid progress when it comes to emotional control, when it comes to clarity over what is happening to you, and also when it comes to maximizing your chances of a healthy reconnection with the person that you still love. And that's why today I really want to help you understand what is happening so that you don't see this breakup identity crisis as a collapse, or you don't see it as something that you want to fight and to reject because you want to stay connected to the old relationship and to this person that you still love, but as a welcomed transition and something that you should really look at and address head on, because it will help you to reach your goals. It will help maximize your chances, not only feeling better, but also creating the type of relationship and love life that you truly want. Hello, my name is Coach Adrian, and welcome back to the Breakup Survival Series. This is episode number 10. And what you'll discover today is that when a relationship ends, you don't just lose a person that you love. In reality, you also lose a dream. You lose routines, you lose future plans, you lose a shared identity as well as a version of yourself. It is the image that you've created in your brain of the way things are destined to be. But the reality is that when we talk about losing routine, we talk about how your day has been patterned, the way that you communicate with the significant other, the way that you rely on them emotionally, and the way that you've just learned, perhaps, to behave. The future plans are some that perhaps you guys have talked about: vacations, perhaps wedding plans or kid names, or what your aspirations are for your family in the future, as well as a shared identity, because during a relationship, we end up co-creating something new. It is no longer just two individuals' identity, but the relationship itself takes on an identity of its own. And we start to change and shift each other. And there's a new version of you that emerge that all of a sudden no longer exists. So what is the result? Well, it creates a sense that things are empty. And many of my clients have told me, I don't recognize my life anymore. I have lost all sense of direction. I no longer know who I am. That is true for individuals who are in short-term relationships, but very powerful, intense connections, and also true for individuals who've been together for months and sometimes years, if not decades, and they simply don't know not just how to be single again, but what their life is all about and who they are outside of that connection and outside of that identity. But I'm here today to share some good news. This all does not mean that you're broken. All it means is that your identity was intertwined. And this is precisely what relationships are meant to do. And most meaningful relationships create this sense of intertwine. And the mistake that people make here, unfortunately, is that they don't take time to pause, to take a step back, and to really understand what is happening to them. And so they try to fill the void or to replace the loss that they're experiencing too quickly, to fix things, to numb the pain. And unfortunately, sometimes this manifests itself in trying to reach out to your ex or to this person that you still love too soon to fix everything. You over apologize, or you tell them that you're going to change. You beg, you plead. And then not only do you have a setback in terms of their ability to project themselves in a future where you guys are happy together, but also your self-esteem takes a hit and you feel down on yourself. You focus on the mistakes and you get caught up in this negative mental loop. And that is not positive. But what is also not helpful is trying to numb the pain, jumping into dating before you really want to, before you're really ready to, simply because that's what people do in the culture that you may be living in, or because friends are trying to set you up, or family trying to set you up in order to help you heal and move forward. Or maybe you start overworking. You immerse yourself in a project of some kind, work or an activity, simply to not think about the loss, to not think about the pain. And although this may work in the short term to help you not feel as bad, actually it does not help you in the long run to be grounded, to be stable, and to create a healthy dynamic that you actually have the chance to sustain. And you know what also doesn't help? Forcing positivity. It's not about faking it until you make it, pretending that you're okay so that your ex is attracted or inspired, only to see that you're still very much emotionally dependent and destroyed. Because then you're only going to get back together to break up again. Or your well-being is going to be tied to the validation that this person gives you, which is not the goal. The goal is about rebuilding an identity without distracting yourself, without pretending, something that is real, something that is meaningful, something that is sustainable, and something that you can build on from there in order to really maximize every area of your life, including your future relationship. But it's about integration, being that same person in every area of your life, built on a solid foundation, having developed tools that you can use in communicating with the people that you care about, but also at work, and also perhaps as parents. And that is why I love what I do, and how I've seen individuals over the last decade completely transform their lives because of this crisis that they've experienced after heartbreak. That identity crisis will lead to growth, to transformation, and to more well-being if you approach this process the right way. And that's what this series of 12 episodes is all about. So, what I would like for you to do is to start to ask yourself different questions now. I don't want you to ask yourself, how do I get them back as fast as possible? Instead, I want you to ask yourself, who do I want to become regardless of the outcome of this process of breakup recovery? This question alone will change everything. Number one, because you're not obsessing over an outcome and feeding into that emotional despair and that extreme attachment that you have to someone else at a time when you're very, very vulnerable. And instead, because you're shifting your focus on a process of growth, and a process that you actually can control. And not only is this precisely where real transformation happens, but it is also what maximizes your chances of success in love, to be in a new and improved relationship, to truly inspire whoever your heart desires to be with you, not from a place of manipulation, not from a place of despair, not using basic tactics, but based on true organic growth and transformation, having learned the hard way from the crisis to develop real tools that you can carry with you moving forward forever. Not because this process necessarily guarantees reconnection with this person that you love, but because it helps you to truly become a better version of yourself, which in turn maximizes your chances of attracting the person that you still love. This is at the heart of my learning process and what I've discovered over the last 10 years. My journey as a coach has taken many twists and turns, and I've worked with over 10,000 individuals directly or indirectly, and many of them in private coaching sessions, immersing myself in their reality. And I am here to tell you that when you rebuild identity, you start choosing how you show up emotionally. You are better equipped to handle potential disagreements or conflict in relationships. And you can learn to communicate your needs without overwhelming or burdening someone else. In the process, you also learn to hold boundaries with self-respect, with dignity, in a healthy way, so that you can inspire those around you to also grow, to also transform, to also really truly become better versions of themselves. Not through manipulation, through inspiration, through growth, through real change. I remember a dear client of mine who touched my heart once reaching out to me, telling me, for the first time, I stopped chasing love, Adrian, and I started embodying it through my well-being, through who I truly am. And the beauty here is that you no longer have to try to control someone else and how they feel about you. You can just be you. And you know what? Being that version of you is enough. And it's attractive and inspiring. And so that change, that shift, changes everything, including how your ex experiences you and interactions with you. And when reconnection no longer becomes a pipe dream, but something that is possible and realistic. And this is also precisely where many people realize that both people actually need to evolve in order for a new and improved relationship to emerge. You no longer need to burden yourself of having to prove yourself to your ex or to someone else, proving that you're worthy of their love, that you can change, and that you deserve their attention. No. They also need to grow. They also need to learn some things. No matter what happened, it takes two to tango. Both people need to continuously learn, evolve, and grow in order to nurture healthy love. That is what I've learned over the last 10 years. And you know what? That shift in mindset and an approach, truly rebuilding your identity and engaging in that process of growth rather than obsessing over an outcome of getting back together at all cost, is not giving up. It's not giving up hope of rebuilding a healthy relationship with someone that you still love. You know what it is? It's valuing yourself and really truly focusing on emotional growth. Oftentimes, that's easier said than done. I know. And if you feel like you need help understanding where you are right now in your process of breakup recovery, based on what happened, your attachment style, your love languages, how the breakup unfolded, and your ex's personality, please take my free quiz to give yourself that clarity and also an understanding over simple next steps. It is free and it is my gift to you. And some of you may decide that, you know what? I want to work with Coach Adrian. I want to have that support. I want me, to be in the trenches with you day in and day out for as long as you need. It could be a matter of days, weeks, or even sometimes months. My goal is for you to become independent of me, to no longer need coaching, because you will have learned the basic foundational building blocks of emotional regulation, true communication tools that can help you to get through to your significant other without being needy or desperate or without resolving to manipulation or conflict, and for you to reach your goals in love. That ultimately is what the Breakup Survival Series is all about, empowering you to go from an emotional journey of desperation to one of confidence and clarity and reconnection. And that's why in the next episode of the Breakup Survival Series, we're going to help you take that next step in understanding and talk about something that is very real and very human, the loneliness that you may experience after heartbreak. I'm not talking about the kind of loneliness that you can fix just by being around friends or family, but the kind of loneliness that hits you when everything slows down and when your brain tells you that you've lost the love of your life. Because I know from experience that that is going to happen again and again and again and again. And I want to empower you with the right tools to be able to not be a prisoner of those negative loops and spirals, but to learn to transcend them. And that is exactly what we will learn in episode 11 of the Breakup Survival Series. I will share with you how to work through those emotions in a positive and uplifting and sustainable way so that you are better equipped forever to nurture healthy love. See you in the next episode so that we can continue to fight the good fight together.